the ultimate versatility for the AR15 rifle. Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness, and today we're going to talk about a great option, something good to get to make your AR15 more versatile. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the CMMG 22 conversion for AR15 rifles. This is what I'm talking about in the associated magazines. It is a drop-in conversion for an AR-15, converting your rifle from 5.56 to 22 long rifle. This is a very reliable system. The magazines, I haven't had any issues with. They've also been very reliable. I suggest getting at least 4 mags. I have 4 mags for mine, so I have 1 in the rifle, 3 across my plate carrier, chest rig, whatever I'm using, for training purposes. It's a great way to get in extra training for a lot less money. It's not the same exact thing though, but for CQB especially, short ranges, I think it works great. My buddies and I use them all the time. And this one, I have no idea how many rounds are through this one. I would say probably around the mark of 20 to 30,000 rounds through this one. And if you saw the close-up, that it's kind of dirty. I don't clean it that well very often, and I've never had an issue with it. Like I said, the magazines are also very reliable. But before I show you how easy it is to install it and use it, I have to mention what I feel is one of the most important preps to get, and that's prescription antibiotics and medications from Jace Medical. It's one of those things I feel so strongly about that I'm working with this company and I recommend their products. It's one of those things, antibiotics, long-term SHTF event, you gotta have them, or else you're gonna die needlessly or suffer needlessly. Check them out. Links in the description below. Coupon code is asymmetrical10. Get some good stuff from a great company. All right, now on to the installation. I don't think I can actually show this part on YouTube due to their stupid rules, you know, not having the First Amendment freedom of speech, but it's very easy. All you have to do is remove your magazine if you have one installed. You pull the rear pin on your lower receiver. You remove your 5.56 bolt carrier, set it off to the side. You take this and you install it in that location. Slide it forward, put it back together, push the pin in. That's what you get. Now you'll be able to see the difference. See, little short stroke. It's a great system. And then you put in one of their magazines and you're good to go. Load it and shoot. It's a great system. I love it. I have had failures with it. Not saying I haven't, but every time I have a failure, I definitely know that I grabbed and I'm using my crap 22 ammo. I do that sometimes on purpose. I do a lot of things on purpose during my training to ensure better training. I have friends load my magazines with an unknown number of rounds, so I have to do mag swaps when not expected. I also use the older and the crap ammo to have failures while I'm training, because that's where I want to get good at clearing stoppages, is during training, not in the real world. I get it, they're different than 5.56 malfunctions, but it's basically the same thing, same manual at arms. But like I showed you, it's good to go in a CQB environment, or using instinctual shooting and or my red dot. Short and distances has pretty much the same point of impact as my red dot, the 0 to 50 yards, does with 5.56. So, show you again. It's a great system. And I don't know if it'll show up to you guys very well over YouTube and the mic, how not very loud it is. That's because I'm using CCI standard velocity ammunition, which is subsonic. It is 1,070 foot per second. Good thing to train with, because for one thing, you don't need hearing protection, even with a bunch of people around you shooting it also. It's a really good option. So I really love this. But before I go any further, another thing I have to mention. I talked about Jace Medical and prescription antibiotics. That is a must. But also another thing is, the only other company I really associate myself with, because I have to really believe in a company to talk about them here to you guys. I'm not gonna sell you a bunch of crap. I'm not a salesman. I hate doing that kind of stuff. But check out Condor Gear, Condor Outdoor. Links in the description below. Coupon code is AP15, AP15. Get great quality gear for a lot less money than those big boys. I would be comfortable using Condor Gear in a full-time professional environment. I wouldn't have any problem with it at all. Their gear is great. I've been using it for at least 20 years. And even the stuff I got from way back then still functions just fine. And they've really upped their game with the quality of gear they make. I've shown my chest rigs here. I have plate carriers from them. I got magazine pouches from them. I got a lot of stuff. I got backpacks from them. I got fleeces. I have jackets. I have ball caps. I have waffle tops. I have a bunch of stuff from Condor. All my slings are Condor because Uncle Sugar's not picking up the tab anymore. And I'm not wealthy. I'm on a very strict, limited budget. So get some good gear and not have to spend a bunch of money on it. That's something I feel good about. Back to the 22 conversion, CMMG, 22 conversion. You can get them at, I know you can get them at like Midway and or Brownells, probably a lot of other places. A lot of other sites probably carry them also. I forget how much I paid. I think it was about $200, maybe $250-ish for the conversion with the 4 magazines. You can get the conversion with 1 magazine, I think, for about $150. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't looked at them in a while. It is money well spent, because then you don't have to spend the money to get a dedicated 22 AR15 for training. Because to me, that's just stupid. Because that's still $500. It's still twice as much. And you don't get that many mags with it. I like the same weapon system, the same optics, the same exact layout in the rifle that I'm going to be using in a real world situation if I need to be using it. That's why I really like having a 22 conversion in this rifle. It is just an awesome design. Bolt locks back even. Pretty cool, until you remove the magazine. Put in another mag. I love 22 conversions. They are a lot of fun. My 7-year-old daughter loves shooting this rifle with a 22 conversion. My 16-year-old son loves it also. It's a lot of fun. Then that's another thing that's nice about that, is a younger person or somebody that isn't as familiar with firearms can utilize and get used to and train with an AR-15 and not be scared of the full caliber thing. Even though there's not much recoil on an AR-15, a 5.56, but you know, it's still maybe a lot to handle for a younger person, a smaller person, something like that. So it's a great option for that. I love it. I'll get my son and I'll put a bunch of different targets out in random locations in the woods. I'll gear him up and I'll tell him, go. And then I'll follow him and make sure that he's safe and everything like that, and have him engage the targets, making sure he is situationally aware, making sure that he's looking at everything. And I'll tell him when he's dead, you know, you missed that target, you're dead. But it's a great training tool. The biggest thing though about it is that I can get a lot of training in for a lot less money than shooting 5.56. But Don't only train with your 22 conversion or a dedicated 22. Make sure you're training full caliber also, because you don't want to build any training scars associated with shooting a round that has 0 recoil versus one that is very low recoil. So I recommend that you have both, obviously, that's why I'm talking about this, and that you train on both. There's a time and place for both, but get out there and train. This is a great tool. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.